Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and suddenly wondered, where has all the time gone? Sometimes it feels as if youth has not only slipped away, but even the love you once had for yourself has begun to fade. If you've ever felt that way, know this: you are not alone. Many people, when they reach the later chapters of life, find themselves carrying regret, comparing their worth to others, and quietly believing that their value is slowly disappearing. But here's a deeper truth revealed through the wisdom of the Buddha. Aging is not the end of love. It is the doorway to a richer, more compassionate kind of love than you may have ever known. When hair turns silver and your steps grow slower, life is inviting you to look inward, to discover the hidden treasure of kindness and compassion that has always lived within your heart. The key is not about clinging to youth, nor pretending that time has not passed. Instead, it's about opening your heart to the beauty of change, embracing yourself with gentleness, and nurturing a quiet strength called compassion. In this video, we will explore 6 transformative steps rooted in Buddhist wisdom steps that can guide you back to the light within. By the end of this journey, you'll see that aging is not a loss, but a sacred teacher. You'll learn how to release self-criticism, honor the resilience you've carried, transform loneliness into deep connection, and awaken to the profound truth that in this very moment, you are already worthy of love. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll share a special reflection, a bonus teaching that may help you see your so-called flaws in a brand new, radiant, and loving light. The first step is this: impermanence, our silent teacher. The Buddha taught that everything arises, changes, and eventually passes away. This is not punishment. It is simply the natural rhythm of life. Youth will fade. Strength will soften. Faces will gather lines. Yet these changes are no different from the sun setting at dusk or autumn leaves gently falling to the ground. When we're young, impermanence feels like a distant idea. We imagine that aging belongs to someone else, not us. But as the years roll on, the body begins to whisper. Reminders, aching knees, a slower memory. Small signals that impermanence isn't just a teaching, it's a constant companion walking beside us. Many people resist this truth. We dye away gray strands, cover fine lines with creams, and chase the illusion of everlasting youth. Yet no matter how hard we try, time never stops. And the more we fight against it, the heavier the suffering becomes. The Buddha invites us to see impermanence through a different lens, not as an enemy, but as a teacher of love. Because everything changes, we learn to value what is here right now. Because the body is fragile, we discover how to care for it gently. Because life is short, we learn to release grudges and live with compassion. To love yourself in later years is to bow to impermanence with grace. Instead of saying, "I am less than I used to be," you can whisper, "I am part of life's magnificent unfolding." And every moment is just as precious as any other. Self-love begins when you allow impermanence to soften your heart, not harden it. Step 2. Letting go of the mirror self. Most of us, without even noticing, tie our sense of worth to the reflection in the mirror. We identify with smooth skin, toned muscles, bright eyes. But over time, the mirror shifts, and the face staring back may feel unfamiliar, even unwelcome. This attachment to appearance is one of the greatest sources of pain as we grow older. The Buddha taught that the body is not the true self. It is like a borrowed garment, useful, beautiful at times, but never truly ours to keep. When you stop clinging to the mirror self, your vision clears. Wrinkles are not flaws. They are the elegant handwriting of a life fully lived. Each line tells a story of laughter, tears, perseverance, and love. The body's changes are not signs of loss, but reminders that you have walked a long, meaningful, and extraordinary path. If human worth were measured only by outward appearance, then everyone would lose their value the moment age arrived. But that is simply not the truth. What we cherish most in others, their kindness, their patience, their wisdom, often ripens beautifully with time. Why should it be any different for you? To truly love yourself in your later years, practice shifting your gaze. When you look in the mirror, instead of asking, "How do I look today?" How deeply have I lived? How much compassion have I shared? How much wisdom have I gathered? With this shift, you step beyond the narrow prison of the mirror self and awaken to a love rooted in something eternal, the beauty of your being. Step 3. Compassion for the journey. Pause for a moment and reflect on all that you have endured throughout your life. The illnesses you recovered from, the heartbreaks that once seemed unbearable, yet softened into wisdom. The countless nights you stayed awake, worrying for those you love. Think of the disappointments you faced, the mistakes you made, and the incredible courage it took to rise each time you fell. You are still here. You are still breathing. And that in itself is extraordinary. The Buddha often spoke of compassion, not just toward others, but toward oneself. Yet sadly, many people grow older carrying the opposite of compassion. They carry judgment. They look back on their lives and whisper to themselves, "I should have done more. I should have been different. I was never enough." But what if instead, you turned toward yourself with the same kindness you would offer a beloved friend? If your friend had walked through the same storms, would you criticize them? Or would you take their hand and say, "You've endured so much. I honor your strength." This is the essence of compassion for the journey. It means recognizing your scars, not as failures, but as evidence of resilience. Every struggle has shaped the person you are today. Every fall has taught you humility. Every loss has carved space within your heart for a deeper love. The Buddhist path does not ask us to be flawless. It simply invites us to be fully human, carrying both our wounds and our light. The Buddhist path does not ask us to be flawless. It simply asks us to be awake, to see clearly the whole of our journey, both the shadows and the light. When you look back with compassion instead of regret, self-love begins to bloom naturally. So tonight, when you are by yourself, place your hand gently over your heart and whisper, "I have lived. I have learned. I have endured. I am worthy of love." Such a simple act plants a seed of compassion, one that can blossom at any age. Step 4. The practice of gentle speech. Words carry immense power. They can mend or they can wound. They can soften or they can harden. The Buddha taught that right speech is part of the noble path, not only in the way we speak to others, but also in the way we speak to ourselves. Pay attention to the phrases you repeat in your inner dialogue. Many older people, without realizing it, speak harshly to themselves. "I'm too old. I'm useless. My best days are gone." These words sink deep into the heart, slowly shaping how you see yourself, building a prison of negativity. But imagine if you replace those words with gentler ones. Instead of saying, "I'm too old," say, "I am seasoned with wisdom." Instead of "my body is weak," affirm, "my body has carried me through so much, and I honor it." Instead of "my best days are behind me," remind yourself, "This moment is a gift, and I choose to cherish it." Gentle speech is not about denying reality, nor about pretending you are young again. It is about choosing words that nurture love rather than despair. Just as a plant flourishes when watered with care, your heart grows lighter when nourished with kind words. This can become a daily practice. Each morning before you rise, whisper one gentle sentence to yourself. May I be at ease. May I be kind to myself today. Each evening before sleep, remind yourself, I am enough just as I am. Over time, these words will dissolve old patterns of self-criticism and replace them with self-love. Remember, the way you speak to yourself shapes the landscape of your inner world. Speak with gentleness, and your heart will respond with peace. Step 5. Embracing solitude as a friend. For many, the later years of life bring more quiet and more moments of being alone. As children grow up and move away as friends, drift to distant places, or pass on, and as the busy rhythm of work quiets into slower days, life can begin to feel heavy. At first, this change may seem like a painful reminder of loss. Loneliness whispers in your ear, saying you've been forgotten, that you're no longer needed. But Buddhism reminds us loneliness and solitude are not the same. Loneliness is the feeling of incompleteness, as if something vital is missing. Solitude, however, is the gentle recognition that in this very moment, you are already whole. The Buddha himself embraced long periods of solitude, sitting beneath trees, walking alone in forests, meditating in silence. It was in those moments of stillness that he uncovered the deepest truths of the heart. To love yourself in old age is to begin transforming loneliness into companionship with yourself. Instead of rushing to fill the silence with distractions, sit quietly with your breath. Feel the air as it flows in and out, carrying you from moment to moment. In that stillness, you meet a lifelong companion, your own awareness. Solitude becomes a teacher. It reveals that you don't need endless validation from the outside world to feel complete. Your worth is not measured by how many people surround you, but by the depth of your presence in this very moment. Practical steps can guide you. Set aside a little time each day to simply be with yourself, not out of duty, but as an act of love. Light a candle, sit in silence and breathe, or walk slowly in nature, noticing the sky, the trees, the earth beneath your feet. Instead of thinking I am alone, gently remind yourself I am in the company of life itself. When solitude becomes your friend, the empty room no longer feels frightening. You come to see that you are never truly alone for breath awareness, and the great unfolding of life are always here with you. This gentle friendship with yourself is one of the deepest forms of self-love. Step 6. Seeing yourself as part of all beings. There is a profound teaching in Buddhism: no self exists in isolation. We are all woven into a vast web of life, interconnected in ways both visible and unseen. To see this clearly is to move beyond narrow self-concern and step into a love that embraces all beings. Think about it, every breath you take is a gift from the trees, born from sunlight transformed into oxygen. Every meal you eat comes from the earth, nourished by rain and the hands of farmers. Every part of your life is touched and sustained by countless others. You are never separate. You are the universe expressing itself through you. When we forget this truth, self-criticism arises. I am small. I am unimportant. My life doesn't matter. But when we remember interconnection, we see that our very existence is a gift to the whole. Your smile might lift the heart of a stranger. Your patience might ease the worry of a child. Your quiet wisdom might guide someone younger. To love yourself in old age is not selfish. It is harmony with life itself. As you soften toward yourself, you naturally soften toward others. Compassion begins to radiate outward. By caring for your own heart, you are already contributing to the healing of the world. One beautiful way to practice this awareness is through loving kindness meditation. Sit quietly and repeat, "May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I be at ease." Then extend it outward. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at ease. Notice how the boundary between self and others begins to dissolve. In this practice, self-love is no longer about clinging to an isolated identity. It is about recognizing that you are part of the great ocean of life. A single wave may rise and fall, but it is never apart from the sea. In the same way your life flows within the whole, even as the body weakens, even as the days grow fewer, your being is never separate from life itself. You are part of something vast, timeless, and eternal. To love yourself is to honor the entire universe reflected within you. And for this truth, let us turn to a timeless image. Kintsugi for the soul, why your cracks make you beautiful. In Japan, there is an ancient art called kintsugi. When a cup or bowl breaks, it is not thrown away. Instead, it is repaired with lacquer mixed with powdered gold. The cracks are not hidden. They are highlighted, transformed into luminous lines that make the vessel even more beautiful because of its flaws. This is a powerful metaphor for the soul, especially as we grow older. Many people look back and see only the cracks, the mistakes, the regrets, the disappointments, the failures. They think I am broken, I am less than I once was. But Buddhism invites us to see differently. Like kintsugi, your cracks are not proof of weakness. They are where your greatest wisdom and compassion shine through. Think of the moments when life humbled you, the heartbreak that softened you toward others, the illness that taught you to savor life's simplest joys, the loss that revealed the depth of your love. Each crack, though painful, is also an opening and entry point for light. The Buddha never promised a life free of suffering. In his very first teaching, he declared that suffering is woven into existence. Yet he also showed us that suffering can be transformed. Just as gold fills the fractures of broken pottery, compassion fills the fractures of the human heart. Each time you choose kindness after pain, each time you choose forgiveness instead of resentment, you are practicing the art of kintsugi for the soul. Loving yourself in old age does not mean pretending you were never broken. It does not mean hiding the scars of your journey. It means seeing your imperfections as part of your sacred design. Without them, you would not be who you are. Without them, your wisdom would not shine so brightly. Consider this reflection, a young tree. Smooth and flawless may be lovely, but it is the old tree with its weathered bark and twisted trunk that offers the deepest shade. Its knots and scars are not flaws. They are the proof of resilience and the beauty of a life well lived. The marks of time are not blemishes, but proof of life endurance and resilience. You too carry those marks. And like the old tree, these lines and scars are not imperfections. They are your beauty. There are simple practices to help embody this truth. When a memory of regret arises, instead of pushing it away, gently whisper, "This too is part of my gold." When you notice the signs of aging on your body, instead of grieving, say, "These are the rivers carrying the story of my life." With this shift, you move from rejection to reverence. One day, you may even realize that what you once thought of as weakness was actually the root of your compassion. Those who hurt you taught you the value of kindness. The times you failed taught you patience and humility. The slowing of your body taught you how to savor each precious step. What you once called flaws are actually the golden seams of kintsugi, tracing the story of your soul. So as you walk through the autumn of life, do not hide your cracks. Do not apologize for them. Lift them up to the light just as Japanese artisans do, and let them shine. Your beauty does not lie in being unbroken. Your beauty lies in the way you have been pieced back together with love, with resilience, with compassion. Remember, self-love in old age is not about perfection. It is about wholeness. And wholeness comes not from hiding your scars, but from honoring them, like the golden veins of kintsugi. Your so-called flaws are where your soul glows brightest. Guided meditation. Close your eyes gently. Take a slow breath in and let it out. Feel your body settle like a clay vessel resting on the earth. Now imagine yourself as a bowl of clay. Over the years, it has cracked, chipped, even broken. Each crack carries a story of joy, of sorrow, of love, of loss. Do not hide them. Simply notice. Now, picture warm golden light slowly pouring into these cracks, soft, radiant, tender. Each fracture is being traced with gold. What was once broken is now shining. What was once painful is now radiant. Breathe in this light. Breathe out, release. Silently whisper, "My flaws are my beauty. My scars are my strength. I am whole. I am enough." Sit for a few moments with this golden vessel that is you. Unique, unrepeatable, and beautiful because of the journey it has lived. When you are ready, open your eyes carrying this light within you. So how do you learn to love yourself even in old age? You begin by seeing impermanence, not as an enemy, but as a wise teacher. You let go of the mirror self and honor the beauty that lies beyond appearances. You offer compassion for the long road you've walked, replacing judgment with tenderness. You practice gentle speech, watering your heart with words of kindness. You embrace solitude, transforming it into a friendship with yourself. And finally, you remember, you are never separate. You are part of all beings, part of the great ocean of life. Like the art of kintsugi, the fractures of your life, when filled with the golden light of compassion, become the very lines that make you radiant, unique, and whole. The Buddha reminds us, true love is boundless. It is not confined by youth, beauty, or time. In fact, it often ripens in the later years when we are ready to release illusions and embrace truth. If these words have brought you peace, allow them to ripple outward. Subscribe to walk this path together and share this teaching so that others may also find comfort. May your days be gentle, and may your heart remain steady in compassion.